and welcome back to Just One Question. This is your host Nilakshi Sengupta, and we have with us today someone who is much respected in the Kolkata English theatre circuit, not only for his work on stage, but also for all the films he has made, the awards he has won, and now as the Dean of Producing for Film and Television. We have with us ASHOKE Viswanathan. Hi Ashok, you have been associated with the English language theatre from very early in your career. Quite a bit with experimental theatre, right? And the theatre of the absurd? Want to travel back and take us through that journey of yours?
Well, I was involved with English language theatre since, I would say, 1978. That was when I was in my +2. And we were doing largely experimental theatre, like, for example, Erwin Sylvanus's Dr. Korczak and the Children, which was an adaptation from the German, or Eugene Ionesco's The Killer, or Samuel Beckett's Waiting for Godot. So mainly it was the theatre of the absurd and experimental theatre that we were involved in. And we got particular success with a play called Endgame, again by Samuel Beckett. And then I did an Indian play, which was in English, which garnered great success all over India, and that was Bhutto, written by I.S. Johar, in which my good friend Suhail Seth played the lead role of Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, and I played the role of General Ziaul Haq. And we got praise from no less a person than Khushwant Singh in those days. Initially, when we started doing the play, it was banned in Calcutta, but we got the then Chief Minister, Mr. Jyoti Basu, to see the play and approve it. And then, the rest is history, of course.
But classical theatre has also been a big part of your repertoire, isn't it?
So subsequently, I've been doing classical theatre too. I've worked in several plays written by Bernard Shaw, like The Millionaires and Arms on the Man. Shakespeare is a favorite. We do a collage of different excerpts from the most famous of Shakespeare's plays, and we call it Takes from Shakespeare. I've also done some Broadway hits like Chapter 2 by Neil Simon, and some more serious stuff like Ariel Dorfman's Death and the Maiden.
Amazing journey there. So what would be an approximate number of plays you have worked in so far?
So it's been a fairly long journey. I would say I've directed and acted in more than 40 plays in Calcutta, but I've taken many of these plays outside, places like IIT KGP, where we've done Bhutto, Bombay, where we've staged Bhutto too, Jamshedpur and other places.
And how has the journey been?
So it's been a roller coaster ride, in the sense that sometimes the plays are extremely successful and sometimes we don't get audiences. But I would say that the English language theatre in Calcutta is alive and kicking, because often the groups collaborate with each other. We work with each other. I having worked with Red Curtain for a play called Travesties by Tom Stoppard. Again, a very experimental but hilarious play. So I've enjoyed the journey.
And which part of this journey do you personally enjoy the most? Who takes center stage, I mean? The director-producer or the actor?
That's a very difficult question. I enjoy both. But if you would say in terms of responsibility and challenge, the challenge of a director and indeed a producer, because we end up producing our plays too, is a little more than that of an actor. But for the actor, the immediate response, the adrenaline surging in the whole body when you're actually delivering, say, a soliloquy like she should have died hereafter. There would have been time for such a word. Tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow creeps in this petty pace from day to day, until the last syllable of recorded time in all our yesteryears of lighted fools, the way to dusty death. Out, out, brief candle, life is but a walking shadow. 'Tis a poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage, and then is heard no more. 'Tis a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. So when you say these lines, you get inspired by them and you wait for the response. So that is an experience that cannot be rivaled.
Indeed, Ashok, indeed. Thanks for this share and for the soliloquy, of course. I still do have a few more queries ahead, and I'll be back with them soon. This is Nilakshi Sengupta in conversation with Ashok Vishwanathan. You were listening to Just One Question.